It is Tuesday, July 24th, 2012. This is Val Marie, Saskatchewan, nestled down in its ancient glacial spillway, now occupied by the Frenchman River. It's a crazy day today. The new church, the second school. The school district was established in 1914, and the original school was replaced by this one in 1927. This was all ranching country in through here after the CPR completed its main line 50 miles north of here in 1882-83. There's the arena, the village shop. The hard winter of 1907 killed off the ranches. Snowed, froze, the cattle couldn't paw through to graze and died by their thousands. This is the main street of Val Marie, Harvest Moon Cafe. This is the old wheat pool B elevator built in 1927. Probably the first one here. The railway only arrived here in 1924 as the cenotaph. Central to so many Saskatchewan towns. Behind it might have been the standard Western Line Station A3 that was completed in 1925 by the CPR. And there's Pool A, built in 1967. And there they are again. Right behind here was the Y, upon which the CPR turned around its trains. Val Marie was the end of the line. Originally, rails were to be extended about 35 miles through the stagnant ice moraine of Pinto Butte up to Mankota. But that never happened. There's the uplands upon which is the Grasslands National Park with its rattlesnakes and its wild bison. And this would have been the end of the steel right in through here. It never got any farther. Val Marie had a genesis similar to that of Pontex. Claude Passaplan was a Catholic abbé who was inspired to found a colony of French folks in southwestern Saskatchewan in the mid-1900s, like Father Royer, up at Pontex. The ranches were failing, and their leases were opened up to homesteading right in through here in Frenchman Valley. Very beautiful this evening. Passaplan convinced his superiors to found a colony on the La Rivière de Français. There was a United Church. Don't know when it was built. And there's a nighthawk waiting for night. Back of the arena. And the baseball diamonds. Passaplan collected a few Quebec homesteaders, and they came out in 1910 or 11. Raised the Church of the Nativité de la Sainte Vierge Marie. Passaplan was granted a license for a post office called Val Marie, January the 1st, 1912. As I said, the school was opened in 1914 and replaced by this one. And there's a little history there for us. Here we are looking to the southeast, and there's the highlands up upon which the Grasslands Park is. This is the railway right-of-way in the near foreground. Looking out over the valley to the south. And the convent. Messieurs de l'Assomption built the convent school south side of town, and they taught here and resided here until 1982. And then for some years it's been a bed and breakfast. (1939). Beautiful workmanship, inside and out. That's not the train station that the CPR sold off in 1974. That's kind of a look-alike. Here's the new school. In the early 1920s, a very ambitious, influential area homesteader, George Spence, two-time member of the Legislative Assembly, finally convinced the CPR to extend its Nautic sub eastward 35 miles from Climax to Val Marie. The post office moved on to the town site. There was soon houses and stores, lumber yards. There was a 3-story hotel down on Main Street that burned in 1945, so that is its replacement down there. And here it is, morning in Main Street, July 25th, a Wednesday. Lore has it that the Alberta Pacific Grain elevator was the first one in town, although Poole disputes that with their 1924 map, but I doubt that there was a Poole elevator here in 1924. Village shops, I think. There's the arena back there and the village office. Village was incorporated September 13th, 1926, and it remains a village. Thank you very much. Though the population is down to 98 in 2011 from 137 in 2006. And since 1969, it's been the headquarters of the RM of Val Marie number 17. There's your post office. In the late 1990s, the CPR sold off much of its trackage south and west of Assiniboia to Great Western Railways based in the lower mainland of BC. And here we are looking along that right of way and sneaking up on the 1967 Poole elevator. In 2002, Great Western ripped out the rails from Val Marie all the way back to Bracken. About 20 miles away. Left Val Marie without a railway this morning. The old Poole elevator that we almost saw has been bought by the village as a tourist attraction. And a tourist attraction as well that keeps the village going is the Grasslands Park to the east. It's headquartered in the village. A lot of tourists come through here looking north up Highway 4 towards Swift Current. And to the northwest beyond the old barn. Right away, barren of steel, leading up to Bracken and Orkney, Wastefield, Climax. And south down Highway 4 goes to Montana. And the last look at the Highlands. The federal government has been very good to Val Marie. Besides funding the Grasslands National Park, the PFRA, the Prairie Farm Rehabilitation Authority, also dammed the Frenchman River just to the north of town in 1939 and made irrigation of the bottomlands possible. Very rich soil. Home to Brian Trottier of the National Hockey League, Val Marie, Saskatchewan.